All right, here we go. We are live now. So
All right.
everything going forward is going to be on the internet and
Okay.
possibly cannot be deleted. So just make sure there's nothing that you don't want people to know that shows up on the screen.
Definitely. I will.
Okay.
Okay. So as I was saying, here
Okay.
are these two ads. Now, mind you, I am such a beginner with e-commerce, Facebook ads, my first time.
That's okay.
And everything I know, I basically learned from you, Ricky, and this Facebook group. So,
Okay. That's good. That's good. It's no big deal. Like I started not too long ago, and you have to make a start somewhere. So it's no big deal.
you're right. Yes. Okay. So, um, do you want to take a look at these ads and see how they're
Yeah,
doing?
that's what I'm. Yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to increase the screen size so that I can see that. Can you go back to your screen? Actually, you know what? There you go. So if you can increase that window size of the window that you have, kind of like just yeah, there you go, perfect.
Okay.
And so okay, so what we have. So you've got the Hillary supporters,
Yes.
Trump
That's actually
keeping.
this toilet paper with Donald Trump's face on it.
Okay,
That'll be a passion product.
you know
I made sales
I'm
on.
gonna
I'm
I'm gonna
sorry.
tell you something funny also about this. So on the same this exact same product, we were also trying to sell that, and I thought we did a pretty good job with targeting.
Oh wow.
But yeah, and we had like tons and tons of engagement. It was like very cheap engagement and everything, and we
Mm,
had zero sales.
wow, that is really funny. The only
Yeah,
reason I made sales from this was actually organically through groups that I posted it in,
okay,
or from the ad. But I did
yeah,
sell like 9 units, which
okay.
is all my sales ever.
Yeah, no, that's that was so weird because the engagement off the charts. The engagement was like incredible, and I was like, we're getting like less than a half a penny per cost, cost per engagement, and we had like 23,000 engagements on this post. 23,000 people reached on this post. 500 people sharing it. 500 people commenting on it, and just everything you want in a campaign, but no sales. So
Wow, yeah, I guess it's maybe no good. I did start another product
okay,
geared towards New York law enforcement, police officers,
okay,
and I do want to start another product, which is actually something we discussed briefly about starting in the kind of like the niche of like meditation and Zen products, stuff like that. That would
yeah,
be my next,
yeah.
but I definitely wanted to learn a little bit from an expert like yourself before I go forward and make another ad.
No, yeah, that's fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you like a quick overview of the thought process behind how I would go about targeting something like that, which is broad. And one of the things I would say is definitely start focusing on building some other sources of revenue as well, not just like the Facebook ad, because you have to have other sources of traffic and targeted traffic coming in as well, and you also want to build out a brand at the same time. And I know it's kind of like counterintuitive to do some of the things that you might have seen or learned, but the idea is you want to have a good mix of both. You want to have your regular type of stuff that I'm going to show you, and then you also want to start focusing on building out some brands, because in the long term, that's what's going to help you a lot.
Okay, building on brand. So what do you mean by that?
Essentially, where you're not only just focusing on getting a sale every time with your ads, you're also focusing on driving customer engagement, just talking to your customers,
Okay.
showcasing your products, and anything you would do to build a brand. There's like a lot of really good case studies on it, and what I'll do is I'll post a few of those in the group, and there's like a lot of like data on how some of these brands that actually built up a really good business based upon what they, matter of fact, before you called me, that's actually what I was doing. I was just going through a case study on this sunglasses company that these kids out of Spain built out, and it's a multi-million-dollar business that they built out based upon branding. So it's a very a very good way to approach marketing as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna focus on that.
Okay, awesome. So let's look at your New York law enforcement ad as well. Let's
Okay,
see what
yes.
happens.
Let's check it out. So, oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Mm, that's
I mean,
weird.
you could stop the screen share if you want to.
Oh, really? You know, I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop it really fast.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Hey, Nishant.
Hey, okay, awesome. You're back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's fine.
All right, now we can look at this ad here.
Okay.
So, um, tell me if there's something specific that I need to click on to view or anything.
Okay, so I want to see your ad creative and your text first. So if you go back to your ad, I'll tell you.
Should I click on it?
Yeah, you know that little button over there where it says
No.
there's like a little eye that's over there. So just like close out of that. Maybe like click on it again.
Oh, click
Click
on.
on the ad set. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. Now you have it. So
Okay.
if, yeah,
All right. There we go.
yeah.
Cool.
So click on that. Okay. Can you increase your screen size? Maybe just to like Control plus sign, or if you're using a Mac, Command plus.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see. Okay, cause all right. So what it says is,
I
love
can
your
zoom in too.
New York police officers. Show appreciation order here. Bit.ly New York Pride. Uh, okay, so who did you target?
Let's take a look at it,
Okay,
just so you can, you know, exactly see.
sure. Because that's the other thing I want a lot of people watching this video to understand. Like the way we're going to target is going to depend upon what what we're using in the copy. So for something like this would be more apt for people that are people that have family members in New York Police Department,
Yeah.
and that would one of the things that it would do is it would really expose you to like a much bigger audience, because now you'll have to target people that like the New York Police Department and things like that, not necessarily the actual family members. And when you're going to target, these people may or may not be the family members. So
You're right.
what you want to do is you actually want to target the actual police officers with this, and or maybe some of the family members. Maybe you can find some of these interests that are related to the family members of the New York City policemen. But the primary target on shirts like that should be the actual New York police officers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Maybe you could take a look at what I've done and just
So you have I'm trying to
I
see
had
this.
added here. Let's see. Are you able to see, or I can zoom in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm having to really use my eyes, but I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, so you got the New York State Police. Let me see. How big is that one? That one's probably very broad. Oh wow, that's actually work employers NYPD
Or
NYPD.
yes,
Okay.
that's what I did for those, and then I
uh,
did these interests here.
emergency service unit. And so what I would do is I would actually remove the first two. I would
Okay.
remove the auxiliary police and I would remove the emergency service unit. And
Okay.
now see how big is your audience now? 14,000 people, right?
Yes, a potential reach.
Now is it like, are you doing an intersection here or what are you doing?
What do you mean by that?
Like, are you narrowing your audience or is it just overall? Because if let's actually remove the last two ones as
Oh,
well, and I want to see.
yeah,
Okay,
you know what?
what's your audience now? Oh, now it's even less. So okay, so that was fine. So we'll have to go back and add those. So the
Okay.
idea now should be to either target people that are employed by the New York State Police
Okay.
or people that are more than likely to be cops, or working in the New York Police Department. So those are how we have that Emerald Foundation and things like that. Those are actually very likely to be either the direct family members of the
Okay.
people who work in the New York Police or the policemen themselves. Because you and I, we made like a New York Police page, NYPD page, because they might have posted like a really cool thing, but like we're not going to go in like the NYPD Emerald Society, unless we have a
Yeah.
specific interest with them. So,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, so those are the type of interest you would have to find, and then when you do that, you got New York, New Jersey. Hmm. I
Yeah.
would I would I would probably go like 23 to 65.
Okay. Yes, I wanted to ask you that question
Yeah,
too.
because how old do you have to be admitted to the police force?
Hmm. Pretty young. Maybe
Okay, all right, there you
20.
go. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe 18. Okay. So here's some questions that I have
Okay.
down.
Sure.
First is pretty obvious, I think. I just wanted to clarify. How much
Okay.
money should I be spending starting out on these ads?
So this one looks like a PPE ad, right? Engagement ad. The idea behind PPE ad is you want to spend about $30, $10 a day for 3 days, and see if you get any sales or not.
Okay.
Uh, and if you don't, if you don't get any sales, just like cut it off, because that's a good indication of sales and engagement. Because your audience is small on this one, what I would do is I would target these people directly with like a conversion ad or a clicks to website sort of ad,
Okay.
and then maybe like run that for again a couple days. The idea is that on a single campaign, a single angle, uh, which is like you're targeting an angle is usually when you target a specific product to a specific audience with a specific emotion. So
Okay.
on each angle, I would say don't spend more than 30-40 dollars. If you don't make a couple sales in $30-40, more than likely there is something wrong with that campaign. So whether that's the targeting or something else, we'll have to figure it out after the campaign is ended. But that's the thing. The other thing is, uh, when you run these campaigns, always try to run retargeting campaigns as well, because I think you can run retargeting campaigns, especially on a Shopify. You could do DPAs, which is the dynamic product ads, and that would start retargeting your visitors like instantly. So that may be something you might want to look into, because it's very possible that you might not get any sales with the front end campaigns, but you can get sales on the retargeting, which is actually where a lot of sales happen.
Okay.
So I would do that. And if you have more than 100 clicks on your campaign, then you could definitely like start retargeting that audience directly. You could create like the lookalike audiences and run a campaign to that audience, and,
Oh,
and see how it turns out. Yeah.
definitely. So you would say basically to run the ad, and I basically have to have some sort of engagement in order to make a retargeting ad, right?
Yes, yes, you have to have clicks to your thing.
Okay. And another question I wrote down was about the audience size. I'm not sure. I realize that this is a very small audience, for example, on this ad. What would you usually recommend?
See, it depends, honestly. So if you're using a conversion ad, or if you're using a PPE ad or a video ad, you want to have audiences that are usually large, at least 300,000 people. For conversion ads, I recommend even bigger, but that's going to work if you have some data on your pixel. If you don't have data on your pixel, I always recommend starting out with a clicks to website ad, get some conversion, get some data, and then move into the other sort of campaigns. Uh, so if, let's say, for example, you don't have any data on your pixel, right? It's a new pixel, new store, and everything. So what I would do is I would start with the clicks to website ad to a very targeted audience, get some clicks, hopefully get a few sales, and when you pass those 100 clicks, you take that audience and you build a lookalike audience based off of that,
Okay.
and then you can run a conversion ad to that audience, because now your pixel has 100 hits. You can use that to create a custom conversion, which you can say view content, or maybe even add to cart. I necessarily would not do any conversion ad for purchase until you start making some very good sales, because you have to have a certain number of conversions every day in order for Facebook to optimize a campaign. And if you're not making like 20-30 sales every day, it's not going to help you. So what you want to do is you want to go one step below. So like, what's the one step below purchase, which is add to cart. So you may be making 10 sales a day, but you may be making like 30 add to carts. So that may actually work out really well. So that's, yeah.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
really genius.
thank you.
So, when you say a click to website ad, is that
Mhm.
everything advertising the website to a certain group of people, or advertising maybe certain type of niche products that we have?
You could use it for anything. You could use clicks to website for anything. And actually, matter of fact, what I would do is, instead of doing clicks to website, I would do a conversion ad and optimize that for view content, because it's essentially the same thing. View content is when somebody is viewing your content, which is like looking at your website, which is clicking on your ad. So it's basically a different way to do the same thing. But the good thing about that is, when you have a campaign that starts to get optimized for view campaign, and if your campaign has good performance, then you would have a much better chance of running that campaign for a very, very long time. So that's what I would do. I would start out a campaign, view content, optimize it for view content, and especially if it's a new store, especially if it's a smaller audience, especially if it's a new niche that you don't really know a whole lot about, I would definitely do view content.
Okay, awesome.
Hmm.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So,
So,
I'm
yeah, go
sorry.
ahead.
Another question I have here
Yeah.
says, what things should I be tracking in the ads manager and looking at to kind of refine my ads?
Okay. So what you want to do is, you want to look at how many clicks are you getting, and how are those converting, and how much are you paying for your clicks? Because if you're paying, let's say, 2 pennies for a click, and you're only converting at 1%, it is still okay, because you're getting so much cheaper traffic. You don't really care about a high conversion, because you're getting so much cheap traffic. I mean, you obviously want to increase the conversions, and that's a separate discussion and how we're going to do that. But the first step is like, are you getting decent traffic or not? So first of all, you want to make sure that you're not paying like $1.50 for each click, because
Oh,
if you are, well, then that's a losing cause. You'll
yeah.
never win.
Oh,
So first, uh,
I'm sorry.
so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, actually, I've got somebody coming up over here to see me, so that's why. Yeah, I
Okay.
was just, yeah. But yeah, so that's what it is. But here's what I can do, because I thought we'll be able to like get started at like 1:30 today.
Oh,
Um, but it's fine. It's no big deal. What I would do is, we can set up a call for maybe sometime tomorrow, like tomorrow afternoon, probably. Like, what time zone are you in?
I am in Central Time.
Okay, okay, yeah, I'm also in the Central Time Zone. So
Okay.
I'm coming. Give me a second. So what I would do is, we could do probably noon Central.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I was actually thinking might be a good idea. I'm sorry, I know you gotta go. Maybe we could revisit this actually in a few days so that I can go ahead and start some ads with what you've told me, kind of like for website
Yeah.
conversion. Would you want to do that and then look at it then? Or
No,
you?
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Yeah, I think that would be really helpful.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you so much, Nishan.
You're welcome.
All
Take
right, I'll
care.
talk to you soon. Take
Yeah,
care.
bye-bye.